Okay, who would have thought the best webcam for 2025 was in your pocket? We've tested out a lot of cameras so far. We've tested out Elgato's Facecam, and at the moment we're using the DJI Pocket Cam 3. It's what I'm filming this bit on right now. But there's a new webcam that isn't so new, but everyone should be using in 2025. Yes, I'm talking about your iPhone. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but you can also use it as a mobile webcam for your live stream for anywhere you want to be. You can connect it wirelessly and also use it as your actual webcam setup for live streaming, making videos, whatever you want to do. This is what it looks like. There we go. We swapped them out. This is what the iPhone 16 Pro Max looks through the Elgato Epoc Cam app. It's a mouthful. Basically, you can connect any phone you have that's in your pocket and make it a webcam to use on any software basically that you can think of, which is pretty cool considering this app came out in August 2021. I think it's very underrated, and this is why. First off, you get 60 frames at full HD output from the camera itself through the Elgato camera hub, which gives you loads of settings. You can customize the white balance, the aperture, the iOS. You can customize a lot of things, which is crazy. You can set up presets for different frame sizes too. But the interesting thing about using your phone as a webcam, especially through this app, is the fact that everyone has a phone or has access to a phone. So the days of trying to find a camera like this for £600 plus is kind of behind us, especially if you're just starting out and you just want something that can give you a decent image straight out of the camera. There is a free version of this app, or if you pay $9.99, I think it was last time I bought it, you can get the full access of 1080p with 60 frames per second. That little jump through the free app to the full app is worth it for the little benefits of better quality, better bit rate, and elements in the actual camera hub somehow working better. Opens up a lot of possibilities for different angles that can set you apart from other people's streams, or even just making content. I do have this connected through the USB connection right now. If you want the best bitrate and the highest quality out of this camera, I suggest using the USB, but you can go Wi-Fi, because when you go Wi-Fi, you can grab your camera, because it opens up the possibility that you can just grab your camera and you can just do this. You can place it wherever you want. Right behind me is my setup, you can see right here, and you can stream, have it wherever. You can have your camera up here so you can see the whole setup, yourself playing the game, whatever you're doing, you're just chatting. It's an interesting feature because it opens the possibilities up to all different types of things where you can only see on high quality streams with a lot of budget behind it. Another thing you can do is use it as a POV walking camera as you're streaming. As you can see on my computer right now, I'm recording it, I'm capturing it for OBS, and that is the Camera Hub software. Over here is my wall. Very nice. I got a new headset here. New video coming very soon about that. But you can walk around and show off aspects of your studio as you're streaming, which is very interesting. So you can come right here, you've got your mic, you can see what you're doing, you can have it set up so you can see your hands as you play, your mic, and you can show your viewers what your setup is like as you're gaming, streaming, or just chatting. Yes, being wireless does give you a bit of a downgrade on the quality to just being wired straight into the computer, but you get access to a much more versatile camera where you can connect it to, well, set it up wherever you want it. You can hold it like this, you can set it down to your feet if you had a foot pedal. I know Elgato make a foot pedal so you can control different things through that. Or you can have it wherever you want, really. If you're going to show off your keyboard, you want to even use it as a separate camera apart from your main camera as a B cam, showing off your keyboard skills or your controller skills. Here, let me show you an example. As you can see, I'm using my main camera here. Looks really good. But here, yeah, here is my B cam, which is very interesting because it's wireless. Big point there. I know I keep saying it a lot, but it's a big point to how well this app works and how you can basically take any environment, any budget, and make it look 1,000 times better. Like, the quality you get out of it is crazy. I can't get around why this is not used more. As you can see my keyboard very clearly. If I wanted to, I can pick this up and point it at me. We've got two angles now. Now you can see me on this camera and this camera. So if I wanted to do talking heads, and say I was talking to this camera and going, I don't think using any other camera but an iPhone 16 for 2025 is the best thing ever. But this is how it looks when you use wireless. Okay, now you can see through the Elgato software itself, I've got my camera set up here, main camera, and then I've got my B camera, my Elgato P-Hug, my Elgato Epoc camera, iPhone 16 camera right here. And to be honest, not much difference. That you can do whatever you want with it. You can move it around, place it wherever you want. You can make it the big camera, so this is all you really see, or you can have it a tiny camera. Let me show you how you can import this through the actual software itself. Very simple, very quick. Ignore how messy it is down here. I know this one's called iPhone. My camera from previous videos, main camera, still called grrr. But what we're gonna do is take this one and delete it. Gone. Simple. Okay, so what we do now is if you want to import your iPhone into Elgato, all you need to do is go add, go video capture device, and then you call it whatever you want, iPhone. You go, there you go. And it should automatically pick it up. If it doesn't automatically pick it up, all you need to do is go here and pick the camera you want. The Pocket Cam 3 there, you got OBS vertical camera, which is the setup on my left, you can see. But we want the Elgato vertical camera. And once more, you can do whatever you want with it. Here I am. And that's the basis of just importing it into Elgato yourself. And the ability to change the camera and the settings doesn't end there. Let's jump over to the actual Camera Hub software. Like, you can do so much more. Now we're in the Elgato Camera Hub software. We've seen this before in my previous video about the Elgato Facecam Mark II. This time, it's basically the same for the iPhone when you connect it through the app. So you can use any iPhone, any Android, it works on either. This is an iPhone 16 Pro Max, top of the range for iPhones, but this is basically what you get. I know it looks really weird on the camera, because my camera's here. Hello, I keep looking at this one, it's capturing here. Confusing. So basically, this software is the whole setup. This is what will give you the image you would like. You can change the bitrate, you can put the flash on, you can put lens filters on, which is alright if you want to mess around with them, but they're kind of just going to slow the software down. Frame. Very interesting. You can basically change the frame all you want. Similar to all the other cameras they make. Software is basically the same thing. You can set presets, you can have like that. You can zoom in. And again, they're focus. You can change that, how you can go out of focus, in of focus. It gives you full range of the camera. The saturation, so if you want it a bit more, you know, saturated, bit more color, and then you can change the exposure, which gives you the shutter speed or the iOS. Basically, I like to control this myself. If you're using it for 1080p 60 fps, I would keep your shutter speed around 120 at most. The rule of thumb with any camera, if you want to shoot at a nice smooth frame rate, for an example, if you've got 60 frames, your shutter speed wants to be at least double that. So you want to be 120. I keep it about 100, it's a bit too dark. But if you go to about 120, double your frame rate. So if you're shooting at 30, make it to 60. And that's it. It's very simple software. You can throw it into any way you want. Basically, it does all the computing in this software and throws it out to OBS. And there you go. And that's how you can use your everyday phone as the best mobile webcam of 2025 and beyond. The capabilities of this is crazy. So they're constantly updating the app. As you can see, it looks pretty good. But yeah, I'm going to continue using this, experimenting with different angles for my live streams, my videos, maybe even go outside and do a live stream with this. That'd be very interesting. If you've liked this video, please hit that like, subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. Probably in the next video, I'll show you what these headphones can do. It's a bit unbelievable. Okay, I'm done now.